Hello, good morning everyone again from the Metaverse. It's Akshay, your host, and today we are again back with our live chat session with our guests and entrepreneurs who have done phenomenally in this world of emerging tech. Today, our community and viewers, today we have invited Mr. Satyam Khandelwal, who is a career growth expert as well as a coach. And Satyam, he works with organizations to help students, graduates, and working professionals identify their passions and make a successful career aligning with that. And Satyam has also mentored around 5,000. Would be a great conversation with Satyam post. Satyam would be giving you a quick intro about himself to you. Look forward to the chat session. I would just switch off my cam and then let Satyam have his introduction done, and then we would move ahead with the questionnaires. Thank you.
Uh, Hi Akshay, hi Manish, hi everybody. So as already introduced generously, I am Satyam Khandelwal. I am a career growth coach basically.
Satyam, I'm really sorry to disturb you.
Yes, Manish.
Your actually screen is not shared actually. The webcam is not shared on the screen.
No share. Share. Okay. Yeah, so as I was saying, I am a career growth coach. Professionally, I specialize in strategic partnerships in the edtech industry. I am currently working for virtual internships, which is a European edtech company, and I am handling Indian partnerships for them. By passion, I'm a career growth coach. I coach stage working professionals achieve mindful career growth through a step-by-step process. And in that process, I have coached 500 companies, and this is just 5% of what I aspire to achieve within the next phase. A quality interaction here. Over to you, Akshay.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Satyam, for being here with us in this podcast. Satyam, I would like to ask, so what made you decide to pursue a career in this industry? So what was the trigger point? It would be pretty interesting for us to know about that.
For sure, for sure. So, education from IMT Ghaziabad 2012 pass out, and I specialized in marketing and specifically consumer behavior, which had a lot to do with how consumers react to different kind of stimuli, consumer psychology, etc. And 2000 till 2015, in fact, I was working in corporates for mainly for consumer goods. Some of India's largest consumer goods company, mainly in branding, campaigns, promotions, dealing with consumers. That was the time when I was invited by my alma mater, which is IMT Ghaziabad, as well as my undergrad alma mater, which is Symbiosis, for some industry sessions that they were organizing for their existing students then. And that was the trigger point when I realized that I enjoyed that part. It's not like I didn't enjoy the corporate life, I didn't enjoy marketing or consumer behavior, but I enjoyed the training part, I enjoyed the development part, the career advancement part much more. And I thought maybe there is a combination somewhere which could be my ikigai, And that's when I left the corporate stint in 2015. I started with my own edtech consultancy, and this is where I am since 2015, and now it's almost like 8 years. The 8th year I'm entering into this industry.
Great. Fantastic to hear that, Satyam. And the next thing that we would love to know is, so how important do you think it is for someone to align their passion with their work?
Oh wow. So to be very honest, it's not about being important or unimportant. It's kind of an existential question, you know. Though
Yeah.
when you are young, when you start your journey, as I can remember, I started my professional journey maybe sometime in 2010 when I started planning for MBA, just like when I complete my graduation. I was not considering any thing like passion or ikigai or what I like doing or what I don't like doing. The motivational factors are different. It's more about exploring new things. It's more about earning money. It's more about meeting new people when you are at early stage of your 20s. But it's when you get 5, 6, 7, 8 years into the industry, into the profession, when you realize that beyond money, beyond exploration, you need some satisfaction at the end of the day. You need some kind of fulfillment, and that can only come when you are actually doing something around what you love. I do not recommend students leaving everything and just going on a search of their passions. I don't recommend that. But in your life, in your routine, in your let's say in the pie chart of whatever you do through the day, through the week, through the month, there has to be a significant amount of time allotted to things that you love doing, that you like doing.
Absolutely.
So that is what I think is an existential factor. It's not something that is important or unimportant.
Uh, Amazing. So that's great to hear, Satyam. So, what are the aspects of your career that you actually enjoy?
Oh wow, I so enjoy, like, you know, dealing with students. I enjoy discussing their challenges. I enjoy the best part in a recent interview with the Hindu. I was asked this question, you know, what is the best part or the most challenging part in your profession? For me, the challenges that I get from students, of course, professional career based challenges, and the kind of concepts that I apply that I learned in corporates. So I did tell you that I learned consumer psychology in corporates. So there's a lot to do with psychology, how humans behave, right? How they react. Applying those concepts here for my students and getting their career advancement sorted. That's the best part, you know, because that helps me justify my education, my corporate experience that I had from 2010 to 2015, and applying them in something that I am really interested in doing, which is helping my students, helping my mentees to, you know, grow further in their career and life. So that is the best part. So it revolves a lot around discussing their challenges and then getting them sorted through the right process. That is what I enjoy the most.
Great. Satyam, so can you let us and our community know on what are your thoughts on and how do you actually coach people on how to build on the strengths, on the existing strengths that everyone do have?
So just this is just basis my experience, which is very less as compared to the people I follow. I follow a lot of coaches like Ankur Wariko or Siddharth Rajshekhar, and their experience is something like, you know, very enriching, and I've learned from them and I've tried to apply their concepts in my coaching system. Now, when it comes to self awareness, you know, the strengths, there is there is a lot of discussion on whether you should work or play on your strengths. But what I have learned while dealing with so many graduates is the first question that needs to be asked is, do you know your strengths? Are you really aware? You know? And that is where the first step in my coaching system comes, which is self awareness. There is nothing extraordinary, there is nothing big possible by anybody without the process of self, without, you know, without exercising the step of self awareness. You need to know your strengths, you also need to know your weaknesses, you also need to know your strength interest areas, what you are good at, what you like doing, where you need improvement. The people who know this better, and it's not like one step, it's actually evolving. What you are good at, you will like to play on them. What you need improvement on, you would want to improve on them. What you like doing, your interest areas, you would want to get better at that, convert your interest into your strength area. So this is a process of self-awareness which needs to be exercised first, so that you know your strength. Because whether you can play or not on your strength is very directly proportional to how well you know them, right? So again, very very important. I do not advocate defining 2 or 3 strengths for yourself and just looking for areas or options or opportunities to play on them, but you should know them. You should very well know them, because people who know their strengths get better projects, get better jobs. They are more likely to be selected during interactions or interviews. They are also more likely to be promoted, because once work comes to you, you need to know what you are good at, and if you are not good at something, you need to know that that is something that needs to be delegated, that needs to be transferred. So that is why knowing your strength one and then playing on them is really really important.
Good to hear that, Satyam. Pretty interesting answer. And so, what do you think of the metaverse? So, what are your thoughts on the learning and development space in the metaverse? And do you actually think that the way we learn would be pretty different in the upcoming years?
Yeah, I mean, saying upcoming years, I think the
We are really sorry, guys. We believe there is some technical issues today, so we'll just wait for some time. In the meanwhile, can you basically, tell our audience, like, how
We were talking about your thoughts on the L&D space in the metaverse.
yeah. So as I was talking, I was speaking, like, I think the upcoming years that you're talking about are already here. We can see like your platform, we can see a lot of things happening, and I also see that not as something which is uh, something that might or might not happen. It's already happening. There are drastic changes in learning habits and learning attitudes of graduates, working professionals, as well as students now. And initially, and I think the basic difference where metaverse comes in big time is, initially when we used to study in schools and colleges, studies were something that was supposed to be done with efforts, that you need to leave everything that you like, you need to leave everything that you find interesting, and you need to upskill yourself with discipline, with, like, it was kind of assumed to be a process which was lethargic, which was rigorous, which was boring, in a way. Today you tell the same things to the students, they will not learn from you, they'll go to YouTube, they'll learn through gamification and stuff. So now you cannot force students to learn in a particular way. And there is where metaverse comes in, there is where gamification comes in, there is where we, in our own personal capacities, are trying to engage our students, because a few things are pretty clear. Students want to engage with each other, students want to talk to each other, students don't want to learn in a process that is boring. It has to be an interesting process, more interesting the better. They want to compare themselves with others, they want in a much healthier way. They don't want ranks in the classrooms, but they want discussions, they want to participate in them. So learning has moved from a transactional business to now a community building business. And how well can you build and engage a community is where metaverse has a big role to play, I feel.
Absolutely, we totally agree with that. So, the last question for today, Satyam, is so one practice that you find is absolutely great and you would want that to be instantly implemented within our country, at least in the education and the learning space.
Oh, so something that I have been like thinking and advocating about was, uh, inducing practical learnings for every subject that you learn, whether it's schools or college, and that has already been a part of NEP now. Now what we are doing, along with one of my colleagues, is we are trying to gamify each and every subject so that students have an alternate to books, which allows them to learn everything practically. In fact, even a subject like history, to be learned very practically. So I can foresee, this would be a little extreme, but I can foresee that books only remain mode of learning by choice. And if a student wants to learn through the schooling, through the college without books at all, he or she gets an opportunity to do that, right? So that is something that I really think in the future Indian education system should accommodate.
Ah, amazing. Really enlightening to know about this, Satyam.
Thank you so much.
So, I would really want to thank you very much for spending time with us and to enlighten our community as well as the viewers. So, we really enjoyed the conversation, Satyam. Thank you very much for being there with us today.
I hope that this was of some value to the community, and I'm really glad and thankful for getting this invite from you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Satyam.
Okay.
And I would also like to thank our viewers for being with us tonight. And we shall definitely meet weekly with our guest, and we shall always ensure that you are enlightened as well as entertained. Till then, thank you very much. Have a great day, and bye from the metaverse.